Sometimes while you're working in the system, it may become clear that modifications should be made to how some data has been set up. This video will show you how you can modify existing analysis dimension requirements. In the scenario I'm going to show you, I'm starting a ledger entry session in which I will be posting cash or check receipts. When I click OK after choosing the CR journal type, as is shown in this screen, I suddenly realize that account code 101150, the cash receipt local account, requires me to enter a WHO analysis code. Now, being a well-informed system user, I know that a WHO analysis code should not be required on transactions posted to this particular account. What will I do? Somewhere in the far corners of my memory, I seem to recall that analysis dimension requirements, which are what drives analysis code fields in ledger entry, are controlled by the natural account. And I realize that I need to modify the account code setup for the cash receipt local account. So what I need to do is I need to access Chart of Accounts Setup. Then I will call up the account details for the account that I need to modify, which is 101150, and click OK. And here it is, the cash receipt local account. If I look over on the right-hand side of the screen under the heading Transaction Analysis Requirements, or MOP settings, I notice that the WHO dimension for this account is set to mandatory. This is what's causing the problem of my needing to enter an unnecessary analysis code. This is the setting that I need to change. I can't change it here, of course, because the fields are all grayed out. Remember, I can only work with fields that have a white or a yellow background. I need to click the Amend button, which is located at the bottom of the screen with most of the other buttons. Now, as you can see, I have white and yellow backgrounds for some of my fields. We've talked about yellow backgrounds from time to time, but this may be one of the first times that you have actually seen it in action, so let's just take a moment to talk about that. At some point in SunPlus past, the SunPlus development team decided that mandatory fields should have yellow backgrounds. And so on certain key fields in certain functions, you will notice that there are yellow backgrounds. And every time you see a yellow background, you should consider that a mandatory field, a key field. Okay, now that we understand what yellow backgrounds to fields mean, we can make the necessary changes to our account setting. I'm going to come down here to where it says WHO for the WHO analysis code, and I'm going to click on the drop-down arrow to the right of the field. Here, from the list of options, I'm going to select Optional, and I will click OK to save my choice. Notice in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, I am shown that the record has been amended as per my request. So now I can exit from Chart of Accounts Setup, and I can go back into my Receipts ledger entry. Now here I need to exit from ledger entry as well in order to refresh the screen and pull in the appropriate cash receipt information. As is always the case, when I click the Exit button on the ledger entry screen without having just posted a journal, I will receive a warning message indicating that the journal has not been posted. Here I am given the option to hold the journal, and I'm going to click No. Once again, the system wants confirmation. It wants to know whether it should clear this unposted journal, and I'm going to say yes. Now I can go back into ledger entry, and I will enter my journal type and click OK. I'm going to enter an external transaction reference and click OK again. And now I notice that I have the cash receipt local account pulled in, account code 101150. If I come to the right side of the screen and look at the WHO analysis dimension code field, I notice that it is grayed out. I no longer need to add a WHO analysis code on transactions posted to the cash receipt local account. And that is how you can easily modify analysis dimension requirements as you come upon them during ledger entry.